as we mentioned, we are going to do this meeting with you when you finish all of your material as in you finish the test out with us, right? And before we even start that, Hadi, for your knowledge, Aman started with us in IT support training first. So he got successful and he came back and say, guys, I want to do this with you guys the same way I did the IT support. We know his background is in from IT support side and he knows the basics. He's not new to IT. Now he's transitioning into cybersecurity. So we told him that you have to go through the same way with us, practical approach. So we're going to give you CompTIA training first, so you can learn the theoretical side first with some practice in it, and then get used to it. He finished that, and then he came to JSS, which is more practical, using more real lab approach, and just to build more confidence. And he finished, I believe, the whole roadmap. The purpose of this meeting is that we are going to now make a plan for you. And the plan is to take an action because you got to go out in the market with some sort of resume at this point, right? And start applying. Even you may be feeling, okay, I haven't done certain technical things in the resume, which is totally fine because as soon as you land a job and somebody call you back, you can immediately go to Shahid and say, oh, I got the job. I got the interview coming with this company. I'm not too sure about this specific technology that you have mentioned in the resume, right? Maybe Shahid can just quickly send you in a video from him or maybe some other resource and 40 to 30 minutes, and that's it. Like, because you want to just give them the answer that I know about this specific tool and I have touched it, but of course, I'm not an expert. That's why they're looking for the junior cybersecurity analyst. Hadi, so maybe you should do some introduction so he knows what's your background and how things are.
Sure. Hey man, how's it going? Name is Hadi.
Right.
I've known Danish for almost 15 years now, almost. We
Uh,
went to college together. He actually got me into IT. Initially, I was doing completely different engineering, and I would see him, living his good life and no stress. And I'll be like, "Yo, why are you doing this?" And he would tell me, "Hey, I'm doing IT. Come join me." So, my very first job, actually, I went to his one of his uh, facilities he was working at. I think it was a medical facility, and he
yeah.
helped me. He reset up a lab for students and things like that, all the old school like Cat5 and Ethernet cables, and so that I was like, you know what, this is not bad at all. I want to start into it, but I had to get my college degree anyway, so I ended up getting it in completely different field, economics. But I stayed back for another degree, and I got it my second certificate in cybersecurity. While I was doing that, my first job, I landed at the State Department as a call center, like tier
Yeah.
one support. Did that for a year or two, moved up to systems admin, did that for a year or two, moved up to system engineering, did it for a few years. Uh, I made sure my career was constantly progressing, and I did that by just looking at the market and realizing, okay, what's trending, what's going to be trending. So I kept myself up to train by doing certifications and training and making sure I have really good mentors at work. That was like the big um, thing I made sure that I had either was good mentorship. Since Danish was my mentor from day one, obviously we went our separate ways because he was doing something else. I wanted to do something else, but I made sure I had more mentors as I went along. They helped me
Mhm.
with my resume. They helped me with my career choices. They helped me on my day-to-day job. Like, hey, this is how you should do it. In IT, there's going to be more than one way to get the solution, right? So having a different perspective from different people helped me become what I am right now. And my last previous jobs were actually not in the government field. I was at TikTok for 3 years, their headquarters. I helped them set up their cybersecurity program in the US, Singapore, and Dublin, Ireland region. Did that for 3 years. It was a good place. The reason I left is because they wanted to come to the office, and I got used to because of COVID. I got used to doing remote work. Now I'm helping this startup company in California. My title, you could say, is a security architect, helping them with developing solutions for their users. It's a very small firm. It's only like 400 employees compared to
Mhm.
tech, which is like thousands of employees, not just in the US, but worldwide. So this is a different field. It's very challenging. It's a senior level, obviously, and um, but one thing I think I have an expertise is passing interviews and doing interviews and making sure using my either LinkedIn profile or any online profile for my advantage by getting these higher level interviews. And I kid you not, I have interviewed with Tesla, Facebook, Microsoft, all these big companies. I worked at Deloitte at one point. But it's just personal preference, right? Where do you want to work?
Mm.
I realized down the road, where I don't want to work at this company or that company, and I know what I exactly want. It will take trial and error on your end, but I would say
Yeah.
that I feel like I'm pretty good at getting interviews on my table, and obviously you're not gonna pass all of them. There's you know you might pass it, but there's gonna be somebody else next to you who did exactly the same thing you did, but he might have a one certificate that will make him put him ahead of you, and they're like, oh, you know what, this guy is better. So
Yeah.
yes, I'm here to help you out with your resume or LinkedIn profile and help you, with your interviews. So yeah,
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 so let me jump in. Hadi, the reason I told him to do this introduction is just to show you that where he started from, just like you, right? IT
Yeah.
basics. And then he chooses route of security where then he looked for more, you know, people in this area. That's how everybody have to do it in this industry. I'm sure Shahid, he will do just a basic introduction after when I finish what Hadi's going to do. Everybody is different in this area. Security, but cybersecurity is very big, very broad. Just like systems administration. Somebody comes to me, I want to become a sysadmin. What do you mean by sysadmin? Do you want to become a server side of an admin? Do you want to become a Linux side of an admin? There are many ways. There's a generic admins. And just like cybersecurity, there's actually a normal IT cybersecurity administrators as well. You know that. You go to the company and you work with sysadmins and you work with everybody. That's like a normal IT security administrator. We call them that too in this type of industry. Then there are
Yeah.
specialized people where Shahid is probably going to be more experienced to talk about that. But what Hadi's going to do, he's going to check your current LinkedIn profile. You're going to send him the link. This is actions now. Okay. Every time when we talk, we have to talk about actions, and you should note that
Okay.
down to yourself what you need to do now.
Okay.
Take your profile right now. Don't change anything. Send it to him.
Okay.
Let him review it for a week or maybe for a few days, just so he know, okay, this from a security side, because look, he's at the senior level. He probably hired people under him too in this new company and the TikTok side too. I know that.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna look at you from that upper level. Okay, there this is not a cybersecurity type of profile at this point. We need to change it.
Yeah.
Titles, certifications. And if you don't have certification, don't worry about it because you can use our certifications for now. Because, like I said, there are many ways to get into cybersecurity. One may show a professional CompTIA cybersecurity, and you may show a CompTIA project-based cybersecurity certificate. Both will have its own value. Okay,
Yeah.
so you can still use all of these certifications that you have done with us, and including the test out, then you can use it on your LinkedIn, but let him first review it first, just to see, okay, where do you stand and how is it going to be when we work on it? And Shahid is also going to review that for you because he's also an expert in this area.
Okay.
Then when you start applying for jobs, get in contact with Adi so he can give you more of that tell me about yourself type of answers, which we are going to
Right.
give you a generic answer and Hadi will kind of look into it like, okay, this generic answer is good. Just like for our IT support, you have done that. Like, tell me about yourself, and you talked about it. You talked about the
Yeah.
projects, job skill share, and people like that. Okay, this is something unique. This is not someone who just went on internet and on YouTube and they find the first top video. Tell me about yourself that every manager knows about it in the world right now. That okay, this person is going to say this answer from this video, right? So when you talk about tell me about yourself, it has to include something unique about you to show that you have done some practical things and you're not coming with just a paper.
Yeah.
Okay? So that tell me about yourself, when we give it to you, it'll be approved by all of these experts right here. And then they will give you the final version of that is exactly what you need to target. Because if you can't give a tell me about yourself like a good way or a clean or confident way, then the rest interview we all know that it's going to be messed up. So when you give the first answers, when you give it very clean, confident, and you throw your like those in demand terms, what they want to hear in their mind. Oh, he knows about Active Directory, he knows about this specific tool, he knows about this, and you quickly counter that, you quickly talked about that. Then the rest is your story. The rest is your story, right? You're gonna talk about it. And Hadi is probably going to be the most like involved person in that area where he can just kind of break down the story with more and more about you, and then try it as well. So that's first action is to work on your LinkedIn and send it. So that's what they're going to do. To Hadi's going to do that, to review it and then give the notes, review notes in the Discord chat. So Hadi, maybe Shahid can then check it too. This way we all can see the review notes, and maybe if there's something missing, we can add that for him as well. Okay. Okay. The second thing is the resume now. You have to download our template first, because when we designed this template, I sent it to Shahid first. I was like, hey, this template, we're going to use it. Do you think this is a good template? And that template, the information has to come from your courses. There may be something extra in there which we have done for a template purpose. You can take it out if you don't, if you feel like it's too technical for you. But you can talk about that in your Discord with Shai. Like, okay, can I take this out? Or you think you can send me a video so I don't need to take it out? So that's something you can do back and forth till you get the final version of your template, your
Yeah.
resume, and it's
Yeah.
being approved by all of us. And then you go out aggressively and apply for jobs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would definitely want to emphasize the things that you mentioned in your template and go over everything before I start applying.
Okay. I would do a little quick intro with Shahid. Shahid, just quickly, because you're on the camera, go through your base, like how did you start it quickly, and then where you are. So then Aman can now, because he's gonna get involved with you too, he will understand where you two are coming from.
Hello, man. Good to see you again. I think we have met a couple of times in the past, but yeah.
Yeah.
About my experience, about what I have done. So, I have experience of working with more than 100 companies around the world. I have designed infrastructure, security infrastructures for more than 50 companies. So, what it means like designing architecture, it means like they provide these companies, all these companies are providing some kind of services, some kind of, they have apps, some kind of applications and all those stuff. So I have been designing architectures as per their requirements from the compliance perspective, from a security perspective. So I have designed these kind of things for them, like implementing firewalls, implementing different SIEM solutions, different EDR, XDR solutions. So it's like broad experience of designing these kind of things, and yeah, so all these things that I have designed and all these things where I have worked, where I've worked on, we created this whole course. We did design this whole course based on those experiences, based on what we have done and how we have done and what we want in the industry when we hire someone. So you will be seeing this whole workflow will make sure that you get a job, that you get a good job, and these things are going to help you in your job as well. So uh, I'm sure that you have been enjoying your ride. You have been enjoying different labs and lectures and all those stuff. And there's like a lot of things coming up as well. So we will be here to help you with these kind of things. Like if you have interest in, let's say, application security, or want to work as a security analyst, and there's like lot of jobs in the market. So based on your interest, we'll be here to help you. We'll be here to guide you. Okay, that's something you need to do. That's something you need to learn. And we have complete courses. We have complete, things ready to help you, to guide you, to achieve your goals. And yeah, so and if you will have any questions, obviously we will be, on Discord. You can ask us, and we will be guiding you as well every time.
Yeah. So let me add into that. When we talk about the in JSS, you know how we work. When we get you into some sort of career, one is that are you technically ready for that job? So you have less stress at work, and that is something you have already achieved by doing part two course. When you finish the part two course, that's achieved then, because now you're going to go to the work, and you're not going to be like, oh, what is this extreme base, like you're not dealing with extreme basics because your resume was so good that somebody got you in, right? In IT that also happens. A lot of people have, let me get your resume done, everything is done by other person, even interviews are passed, even if you have done little bit labs and you got lucky somehow. The main thing is that what about the stress? Are you able to take the stress? Because a lot of people don't talk about this in this career. People want to get in quickly, people want a job, but then with this all IT jobs, every single technical job, you have to do it by yourself. We can say all about who can help us, this and that, but Hadi have done all of his work himself. Shahid have done all of his work himself. So when you finish all of this till part two and you do it correctly, then that issue is no more there because you have been trained that way mentally that one, you're technically good. Second, what he mentioned that we are going to help you even in future. This means that the next courses that are coming, they are more specialized courses in web, in cloud security, because you cannot become all in one security for everything, right? It has to be then targeted. It has to be then specific area. Just like Hadi is an expert in his area, he has specific expertise. And that's why a company hired him in the first job. I believe it was threat hunting. That was specifically threat hunting then, right?
Right.
Then he went to another positions. Just like Shahid, he worked with 100 companies. That doesn't mean he worked with 100 companies. Everything is the same way for every single company. He uses different specialization in there. So for now, your goal is to just get into a cybersecurity analyst job where a company says that you know enough that we can train you. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of the mindset you should have, because if you don't have that mindset, then it becomes very hard for people to land jobs, because then you don't know what you're applying for, right? So
Mhm.
you're going to be looking for the junior cybersecurity analyst position or anything around that. They can say entry level IT security, entry level this, entry level that. What this company is doing basically, they're saying if you have the knowledge, you have the basic certification, if you know the hands-on stuff, this means I don't need to sit with you as a co-director like Hadi to teach you what is cybersecurity or what is Active Directory. Their mind is going to be like right there. They'll be like, who did we just hire?
Yeah.
And yeah, go ahead, Hadi.
A good example. My previous job, I'm not gonna didn't say the name, but we hired a couple individuals who happened to have their resume built and everything done by a third party. And even the interview process, I guess it was someone else that interviewed on their behalf because they look alike. Come to the day one. I'm their mentor, and kind of giving them basic instructions on how the things work in the environment. Like Danish said, they hired them because they were willing to learn and understand the environment. Because obviously, if you learn, let's say, a Qualys scanning tool, right? It's just the concept itself of what the scanning tool is not going to be the same in a different environment. They might be using some other tools, right? So, but concept of one tool to be able to be you should be able to transfer it to different tool. Anyway, so we hired those individuals. There's two of them. And as the time progressed, I started to realize day one, I started to realize I asked this person, can you ping google.com or 8.8.8? And the person was like, ping. And they put like pink, Pink. I'm like, uh, on your resume, you have Security Plus. You should know what that is. And then they start getting all NC. And so every time I walked away, the work was done. But every time I was there, the work wasn't being finished. So I kind of caught up and realized somebody else was doing the work on their behalf. It went for
Uh,
6 months and they couldn't fire the person because of HR reasons and they had to meet the quota and this and that. So finally, they were like, you know what, we can't do this. And they let go of the person. I'm telling you, this is just a tiny example of this person, how they were able to finesse the system for 6 months and make
yeah.
good money. And I was like, day one, I told him, I'm like, from now on, put me in the interview because people who were interviewing the person, they were kind of old, so their memories were kind of fading. So they wouldn't
Mm.
recognize the person when they were coming to day one. So when I reviewed the video of them interviewing the person, I'm like, this is not the same person. So finally, I started interviewing people for that company, and I did quite a few interviews. And I did reject a lot of them too because on the resume they would have, "Oh, I was a cheerleader. I know how to do a backflip." I'm like, how does that apply to IT? Maybe they could have said, "Hey, I'm a team player. I was a cheerleader." Blah blah blah. So it's like how you word your things like that. So yeah,
Exactly.
interesting stories I will tell you one day.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Like even if that individual, let's say, stayed on that job, just imagine the stress he took,
Oh, it was a
Yeah.
lot, man. It was a lot. I had to
right?
do this work.
So imagine that. Like, is forget about people, forget about other. Think about yourself. Think about your own mental health. Do you really want to go through all this stuff? I don't want you to become an IT professor who goes through so much stress that you just complain about this career later on. You should like this. You should love this career. So the we put more efforts in the beginning. A lot of people don't get this, by the way. They think, oh man, there's too much technical stuff. We have to do all these labs. What this person just got a job like yesterday, right? But that person is this person what Hadi is talking about. Or if even if it's not that person, it's the person who is 24/7 in stress because they do work with stress. They go home, they sleep with stress too because they think about the ticket next morning that God do not give me this specific ticket because I never tested in my life. How many people have done this in IT? We have done it. I have done it. I was like, please don't give me SQL Server ticket because I'd never touched SQL in my life at that time. And
Yeah.
then SQL ticket will come and I'm like all sweating and running this way or that way. You don't want to do that. Okay, that's that. Of course, there's no perfection, by the way. We were not making you like the the perfect individual that you're gonna go there and like, oh, muscles are coming out. Like, yeah, I can do anything. But at least you're going with a strong mindset. This is how these individuals are training me. So you're gonna be happy because you got a very good backup here. That's the the key of this coaching service, which you're not gonna see anywhere else. Even if your coaching services expire, you're still a part of that discord. We're not kicking you out as long as you say kick me out. Okay.
Hmm.
So you're
Yeah.
still there. Of course, our services from resources will end because you're not going to get access or you have to buy your membership again. Things like that. Of course, that's just membership. But Shai is there, Hadi is there. Their knowledge is probably more important than these technical labs over here right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So, any questions for you before we jump into a little more practical actions?
No. Okay.
Okay, so now let me share what you need to do next. This is another. So one, the first practical action you have to do is to send your LinkedIn profile to Hadi, let him review it, and let him make a plan for you. Okay, that's number one. Okay, number second, let me share my screen with you. So how you're gonna do the resume downloading and how you're gonna start.
Actually, do you want me to send the LinkedIn profile through the Discord chat? Okay.
Yes, yes. So everyone can see. Even Shahid is free to open it. I'm gonna open it too. He's gonna do his review first. Hadi's gonna do the review first, and he's gonna send you his like notes, or maybe he will do another meeting with you. We can attend that meeting. Whatever he decide is easy for him, he's gonna do that. And then once he get the final version of that, we're gonna do our side of it as well. So then okay, three experts have looked at it from that angle. LinkedIn shouldn't be an issue for you then, okay? Because it's very important for you to have a good LinkedIn. And that should start immediately, by the way. So let me actually open my screen so you can see where we are. Okay, can you all see my screen? Confirm.
Yes.
Okay. Aman?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. So this is where he is, Hadi. He finished his roadmap right here. He's finishing, he finished this course, which is very technical, Linux. He finished it. The part one is basically he did it in CompTIA Security Plus, which also include labs, and then he's finishing this practical course with us, which is part two. And Shahid has a lot of lectures in there too, with a lot of tickets, and it has also this course is very important. Let me actually open it because it has interview questions and answers. So if I open this right now, and as I mentioned to you in my previous meeting, when you go to, let's say, threat vector and attack surfaces, I think you can do the labs. That's great, right? You're going to get the knowledge. But I think the most important videos are this right here, trainer knowledge share video. Why? Because a trainer is sharing the knowledge. How do we use this specific chapter in a company right now in 2024 and up? Okay. So one, you're getting knowledge out of it. So you can say, okay, if somebody asks me a question about this specific ticket, then Shahid have explained it this way. So I'm going to give this answer. So that's one way to generate your own Q&A right now. That's like in the beginning. Then you have interview questions and answer in each and every module. So you can see that's about 16 questions in just one module. So
Yeah.
every module have about 10, 15, 16 questions. Multiply that with all of these modules, you would have covered more than 200 or 250 questions when you finish this. So you are going to be prepared for the interview in this course. That's like the preparation course as well. That's why we say this is the last course for you to get that first entry level job, because you would have done all these Q&As with you. And then I believe I remember you asked me a question. What if I have a question in specific about these interview questions? Then I said, ask Shahid about it, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So if you are not sure about a specific answer, or you feel like you're not comfortable, or there's something that you have done, like you went through, like, like how does the closing, all these ports, whatever works, and you feel like there's some sort of like missing gap in there in your knowledge, then you can send the question, but try to give a good question, like, try to give details to Shahid. Even if it takes time, then he's going to take his time, just look at it and give you the reply, and that will be done.
Okay.
Okay. So your goal is to finish everything and then ask us in Discord to give you the certificate. And also for the previous courses, if we haven't done the certificate, we should give you that right now because you need to put that in your LinkedIn.
Yeah, I don't
We
have
done?
those.
We don't? Okay, we need to do that. Okay. And we need to do this in a sequence, right? Because you have done it. I can give you all three at once, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to actually give you one first, maybe another 2 days, another one, another two. So it doesn't look like, oh, this person have 5 certifications in one day, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to keep this in because I think we should have talked about this before. I don't know how we missed this. But
What
anyway, that's
about
fine. It's not a big problem.
quick question. So like, what about how would we like add the I guess the junior SOC analyst position on my LinkedIn because I started with you guys when in April. So like I don't know when we should emphasize when I started. I guess we can talk about
I would say you should go beyond that date because you were already a member for a very long time. So you could pick any date. I would say 1 year would be a good year, right, Shahid? What do you think? Right, 1 year? Oh yeah, you can put it because you're still a member for a very long time. So that's not a problem for us. You should go
I
back a little
still have
because you
the IT support position on LinkedIn from when I first started with you guys with the IT program, and it's still present. So it's like pushing 2 years now. So like, should I? I
change
guess
that.
I guess we can
Change
talk.
that. Yeah, change that present, like finish that like a year ago because you have already done that with us. And
You could
then the date, yeah, the last date is put that the year ago, and then this one should be like the starting point should be that year. Like so there's no gaps in it. Does that make sense?
I could just wait, I guess, because I'm gonna talk to Hadi, right? Like we're gonna go over all this
Okay,
stuff.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
yeah.
There's we can talk about that. That's
Yeah.
okay. Let's fix this first. So you have done the education first, and now the practical step for you to download the resume, you're gonna go to the left side, which is called Job Find and Prep. You're gonna click on that, and here you're going to click on Job Finding first. Okay, so you're gonna click on Job Finding, and you see right here it says Cybersecurity Analyst Jobs.
Yes.
Okay, you're going to click on it, and for here you have you completed the Junior Analyst Roadmap? Say yes because you're already doing that. And
Okay.
then are you using the JSS provided resume template? Say no, so you can download it. So go ahead and click on check mark and go ahead and click on download, and that will download the resume for you. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So once you download this template, change your name and don't change anything else. And if you're not comfortable about something in this area, you can remove that and you can replace certain things that you already know from your work. I'm sure you're doing something in your work too, like ticketing systems or some applications that you're using right now. So you should be able to add those over here or replace it with the ones that we have added. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So from your lab, I want you to do a little research in your part 2 lab. When you do all these labs, what can you add in security tools, which we already added the ones which you are going to cover. It's actually in your lab, but you should come over here. And if you feel something, there's another product, then maybe you should add it over here. But don't make this line too big. Don't make one line like go to the second line and make it too texty. People don't like to read a lot of text. Okay.
Okay. Do you guys use more than one seam tool, or is it just the one?
I mean, you should put one over here, but because if you're talking about one tool like that, then just one is okay. For my experience, I mean, Shahid can talk about that. Would it be recommended to add more?
I think this Verzu is like open source tool, so it has been used by millions and millions of companies around the world. Plus, yeah, I mean, all the other SIEM tools are like, I mean, there are some similarities. There are some like, in some ways they are similar to each other. So it's not going to be an issue because it's widely being used. That's why we put it here. And also there's like a lot of videos and stuff available for this one as well, documentation. So if you need to, you can go and find out that, okay, this is something that I need to work on.
Yeah. And this is something when you download, you change your name and everything, and you kind of go through it yourself first, Aman, and you say that, okay, this is what I'm comfortable with. You need to send this resume back to us so we can then refine it or check it for you again. So take your time. I'm just doing a summary with you right now. Okay. So this is, again, we're going to do back and forth with you till you say, okay, this is the final version. Go ahead and start applying like crazy. That's where we need to decide in Discord. So don't worry about a lot of things over here at this point. Okay.
Okay.
So once you download this resume, make sure that your job skill share present trainee intern. It should not say member. You are doing a trainee internship with us. That's why you're doing the coaching, because you're going to get references from all of us. Members don't get references from us. We don't know our members. We don't interact with them like that. And this is where you need to change this name to intern so people can take it more seriously, because they're going to call us or say, okay, what kind of internship was this? Yeah, this was a trainee internship. Shahid was an expert. Hadi was an expert. They're going to go and click their LinkedIn profiles. They'll find out everything. If somebody's so serious, they're going to go to their profiles and they will find, okay, these are real engineers. This is a real system, just like IT support, right? So you're not new to this concept. You have already done that. So we're going to do this intern over here and then keep the same, everything the same, because we have added this from your courses. There's nothing new in here. Everything that you're seeing in the courses is added over. Okay.
Dan, just a quick question. Would it be better to be like, would it be better for the title to be called instead like junior security analyst intern instead of trainee?
Trainee, the reason for that's legality. Like if somebody say you put a full title, what kind of hiring was this? Show us the proof of payment. Like, or did they pay you any checks or anything like that? So this has its own mental thing in there. When you say trainee, number one, I'm trying to tell the company that you're coming from a trainee mindset. You're a learner, you're a student. So they don't attack you immediately at work, say, oh, you said that you were an expert over here, you put this title in there, you're supposed to know everything. And they don't like bombard you with things, and they don't go aggressive on you. If a company hired you with this mindset, you're gold. Like you're just like there to learn. They know you came from a trainee, like a learning student mindset. So it's a concept. It's a psychological thing that I like to do with our members. And when they land a job like that, they know that the other people know you were a student before. You see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why we use trainee for two reasons: legal purpose and for that psychological thing on your company. Let them know you're a student, but you're a well qualified student. You came from this platform with a lot of hands on skills, and you're not a person who came with just saying, I just passed Security Plus, but I don't know anything. Or I'm super confused or super not confident. So you are going to be very confident, but you're still going to say, I am a learner. I need to grab things from you guys. So then they're mentally happy with you to teach you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So now on the bottom, you should put the IT support skills, but don't make it too long. Like just same way, put the IT support there. Do not put summary for the IT support. They're just 4 bullets. That's it. Do not make more than 4 bullets. Just 4 bullets, and let us approve it and see what you have put in there for IT support. Put the company name in there so when people know you're coming from a IT background, because our policy in JSS is that we're telling people that cybersecurity should not be your first job. So people shouldn't be coming to this roadmap without knowing about IT support, which you already have that. So that's the way we want to do this, right? Cybersecurity on the top, IT support on the bottom. So that clears to the this gives a confidence to the company that you're not coming with extreme basics and no knowledge in IT.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Guys, if you guys want to add something, just stop me and jump in, okay? This is open thing. Now, for the academic qualification, as I mentioned, we need to give you the certificates. You need to do the linking over here. Make sure when we give you the code, linking back to the certificate, they do click on this stuff. When you put a code in there, people like to verify.
Yeah.
This is for the serious people. They like to click on it, and it's going to go back to our website, and it's going to verify. Okay? So we need to do that. If you have official certification, you should put the same thing. If you don't have official certification, you should say ongoing. Just put there Security Plus 701, whatever, ongoing. So they know.
Sorry, what better wording is, instead of saying ongoing, you should expected and you put like a month, like let's say expected December 2024.
There you go. Yeah, that's actually better. Expected with dates, you say, Hadi?
Yeah, expected in the month. Like you don't have to put exact date, just say expected December 2024 or whatever year you're in.
You got that point, Aman?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is your resume that you need to do. This is your second action that we are going to need to expect from you in a week or two. Take your time and then put it in Discord, and we'll continue the talk after this. And then once this is done, what you need to do, you need to come back over here, do the reset, come back to job finding, click on cybersecurity jobs and analyst, and now click on yes and yes, because now you see you did your action. It's both of these actions are options are yes and yes because you have done that. So when you click on check, it's gonna say good job, you are ready to proceed, and it just do another counter check with you. You understand these things, of course you do because you finished everything. You're gonna say proceed. Okay. Step number one, key work on job keywords. So here you see cybersecurity analyst, information security analyst, security operations center, SOC, junior cybersecurity analyst, network security analyst, IT security specialist. We got a common titles that you need to use to look for jobs in your area and remote as well. Anything after this, you can also consult with Shahid, you can consult with Hadi. There's a bunch of different terms you can use, but they can look into this, and if they think this is good to go for the beginning, I think this should be your first step.
Okay.
Okay. Then research job links. Of course, Indeed, LinkedIn, Monster, Simply Hire, Dice, and Craigslist as well. I'm not sure Craigslist is Craigslist available in Canada?
I think it is. I haven't used it,
Well,
but I think it is.
Hadi may know more on this area too.
Correct.
So, Hadi, what do you think about these links right here? Do you think there's a more into it that you may want to suggest?
For job search?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do Craigslist, but I think Dice is good. Indeed is good. Career Builder isn't there a Career Builder? I don't see it. Career Builder is good. LinkedIn, I would say, yeah, definitely number one. So far so good. Monster.com, it's there. Yep.
Career.
So yeah, I think you're missing a Career Builder. That's another one.
Okay. So Career Builder. Aman, you got that point?
Yep.
Okay. These two are the top for me. I'm not sure about Shahid. He can also Shahid, do you have anything? Because I know you applied from different in UK, so what do you think?
Yeah, I think LinkedIn is really great. Like, I got all my jobs from the LinkedIn, so I would definitely suggest that you should go on LinkedIn. Plus, you can copy all these roles that we have mentioned, all the positions that we have mentioned. You can just add those in the LinkedIn, and then there's a multiple alerts or filters that can be created on LinkedIn. So you add these
Awesome
kind of
point.
things. Yeah, I think Hadi can help you with that thing. When you find some jobs with these kind of roles and positions, and then those searches can be saved. Like you can get alerts when some new openings will be available for you as well.
Yeah, that's a great point for LinkedIn. Do these add all of these titles, and then it's going to send it to your email. So that searching thing becomes very easier for you. Like you wake up in the morning and you say, okay, we got 15 jobs available. Let me cover that. But again, that discipline needs to be done by you. Like you going every morning, these are the jobs, you going after them, and then try to make sure you give us a report every week. Like I applied to 50 jobs this week. We will take a report. Okay, in 2 months, how many jobs have you applied with this resume? If, like, let's say in 1 month you applied to over 200 positions and you didn't get anything, definitely we're coming back to our template. We may ask Hadi to provide one of his templates, or Shahid one of his template, to see what we can do. But first we need to start with one first. We're not going to jump into confuse ourselves with multiple templates and say which one worked, which one didn't work. First you need to try that basic one, classic one. It's clean, and we're going to try it. If it doesn't work, we need to move on to the other ones. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions?
Not for me, no.
Okay. So that's a great point. And I think every other platform has something similar. Like even in Indeed, you have alerts. I believe you have that system. You can go check it out in there too. So try to make things easier for yourself. But this will require a little time for you to go and make accounts. And Indeed, LinkedIn, you should already have. And there's a job section. So you just need to go and search over there. And here, again, there are some best practices over here, which you already are doing with us.
Yeah. One question, actually. I just want to clarify one thing. when I do start applying, and let's just see, I see common tools or keywords, I guess I could just message you guys and just tell you, or Shahid, actually, I could talk to you about this, and you could probably send me some
I didn't
stuff
get
that I.
that question clearly. I'm not sure if I got that question. Maybe Shahid, did you get it? Can you explain it again?
Yeah, so like I just want to clarify, like once I do start applying for jobs, and let's say I do start seeing a common theme with what employers are looking for when it comes to using specific tools, and let's just say you guys don't cover it on your platform. I guess I could just go over that with Shahid, and maybe he can send me some stuff that I can go over before, uh, if I potentially do land an interview with them, or
Basically,
Hadi wants to.
yeah, basically what I'm saying that if he finds a job has a description of, let's say, XYZ, are you asking Aman whether you want to tailor your resume based on
yeah,
that description? Oh, okay.
yeah. Let's just say like a lot of companies are looking for this, but then you guys don't cover it on the practicals, right? Should I just tell you guys right away, and then you guys could give me some stuff that I can go over? Then eventually I could build some confidence, and then add it into my
Okay.
resume.
So I'm gonna add one thing before they get in, because from policy side, right? Because we are also a training provider and we have a certain policy towards specific training. So we one like if it's like a tool that you think that this has been coming up again and again and it's definitely there, you will talk to Shahid about it because he's like more into it, or Hadi too. Put it in the description. And what we're going to do, we're going to research if we have it in our database and our videos, because he also make a lot of videos, we'll send you the videos. If he doesn't have, probably he's going to go to YouTube and just give you a one link or two links that you should cover. But from every description is going to have something different. Maybe that common thing is not so common, and there's another common. We're not going to be able to cover that as like from a training perspective, because we like Hadi mentioned, if you know one scanning tool, this means the company respect you that you will learn another scanning tool if they use it.
Right,
This
right.
is how
Okay.
it works in IT, right?
Yeah.
This is a lot of new people get stuck in this, and you're not the first one. When they see in description there's one thing, there's another thing, there's another thing, there's another thing, they lose the confidence because, oh, there's another tool but I'm not ready. 30 to 40% readiness is what we're looking for. We're not looking for 100%, 80%, not even like 70%. We're looking at 30, 40, because a company respects you that you know the basic knowledge at the foundational level and practical level, so you're teachable. You can be taught. They can sit with you and they can give you the product documentation, and you're going to go in there and kind of cover, right? So any
Right.
other things, if you guys want to add, Shahid?
Yeah. I just want to add. So uh, there's like there's like a lot of compliance restrictions. So most of the companies, like 99% companies, they don't put the tools. I mean that you need to use these tools, or you will be working on these tools when you'll be working with them, or they will be adding these kind of things on the job descriptions, and they will be hiring on LinkedIn or any other platform. So you will be hardly seeing these kind of things due to compliance reasons, due to internal, like security reasons. They don't share these kind of things. But that, I mean, and they don't even ask these kind of things, these kind of questions during. They just are generic kind of questions. So you don't get, like, even if you, like, most of the people, they don't get hired, so they don't just want to share the details of their internal infrastructure and those kind of things. So you will be asked generic questions. You'll be seeing generic job descriptions, and these most of the things that we have taught. I mean, it will be covered. Those things will be covered in these kind of things. So you don't need to worry about those kind of things. And plus, you need to, I mean, just do one thing when you're applying for these jobs. Make sure you read the job descriptions, and also there will be a lot of, like, when you'll be applying on LinkedIn, it will show you that, okay, these are the 10 requirements from the company. These are 10, like, companies asking, we need a team, like a person who can work in a team, like team. I mean, that's something we are looking for. So you need to work on. You need to find these kind of things on LinkedIn while applying, and also read job description as well. Like, okay, this is something that they're looking for, and I should be applying for this one as well. So these things are going to help you a lot, like in I mean, in first couple of days.
Okay.
But I mean, overall, you're definitely free to come and ask the question in Discord. If it's not covered under our way of teaching, then we're just going to simply say this is outside of our scope of this training. Or if it's in the scope of just sending you the link to make sure that you kind of cover it if something is bothering you, then of course we're there to help you. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So the last thing in this is kind of like the action you're going to start taking. Of course, we're going to find issues, problems, whatever. We're going to solve that in Discord with you. That's why you're there. Are you going to go for Security Plus test?
I haven't been studying for it, to be honest. But
Okay, no
eventually
problem.
I will.
Even if you're not, you should go to the practice test because you have access. You should utilize it. Come down and do the 701 exam just by clicking over here. And why am I making you do this exam? And there's a reason behind it. Before you go to the interviews, okay? This is like your interview preparation in another way, right? You're preparing yourself to get more answers. So here you click on launch and then use the learn mode over here. What the learn mode is going to do is going to create a lot of questions inside every domain that you have learned so far. It's a revision for you. You have done a lot of training. I'm sure you're not going to retain all this information, and nobody's expecting you to retain anything. Even Shahid, me, Hadi, if you ask me any basic questions in IT, 90% of the time I'll fail that basic question in front of you. Why? Because we know we're experts. We can go to Google, we can go to different places to find the answer. So we understand that no one's going to retain this information. You're not a robot, you're not an AI over here. So this practice is for you to just do the review. By clicking on start, you're going to come over here and you're going to choose all of these domains and then just do a build exercises for yourself and go ahead and do these 259 questions, like on daily basis. Try to do 15, 20 questions. One, you're preparing yourself for certification if you want to do that. Second, more than certification, you're preparing yourself for a job interview. More knowledge is always better, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
you're doing this in a different way. One, you're learning it from our courses in a textual method. I told you to just copy the question, go back and get the answer in ChatGPT. Try to listen to yourself, listen to your voice again, see if you're stuttering. Is there filler words type of thing? Try to make that confidence build up for yourself using the ChatGPT. Okay.
Okay.
Then come back over here because you have access. This is a paid access. Nobody have access, like free, or other members don't have access to this, so you're already paying for it. Why not use it? So you come over here, build it, practice it over here, and then build the Q&A. Like when it asks you the question, try to think about that. Oh, that's an interview question. I'm going to give this answer, which is the correct answer. It's going to tell you which one's the correct. So that's
Yep.
something you should do on the site to prepare yourself more for this job. Because at the end of the day, our goal is for you to land the job first, and then after that, we will look into more specializations and getting better later on. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think we have covered what we wanted to cover, and actionable items are also given to you now. The next step is to just focus on your action items, and then we will proceed after that. Okay.